Batman says, "You're juiced up." Bane goes, "Juiced up?" No, Batman, chill out. Let me show you what it looks like. And this brother turned it on, and I'm not gonna front. The artist, whoever did this image, needs a raise. I'm a look for the picture. I have to find this one. I'm a find it, and I'm gonna put it right here. There's this image Batman gives when Bane gets Venom, like puts all juiced up. It was perfect. It was one picture, and that's the same look I had. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. Um, I'm late to this whole absolute universe of DC. If y'all, for those who don't know, I'm a DC fan. Batman is my favorite hero. Favorite still, he's still my favorite. I'll explain why I said that in a minute. But he is my favorite hero of all time. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. I'm one of them, and I admit it every time. Wow, I can't even talk. I'm a delusional fan of Batman, meaning I root for Batman against anybody. Will I lose a lot of them? More than likely, but I'm still going to believe that Batman will find a way somehow. And I always use Superman. I'm like, hey, he defeated Superman, so I'm one of them kind of fans. Um, I know a lot of what Batman went through, from comics as a kid to movies, TV shows, everything. I don't think I've ever experienced something like I'm reading so far with Absolute, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna front. I would just quit Batman. Like, I would understand. Just quit. Like, this is one where I'm like, bro, are you serious with Bane, bro? That's the one that got me shook. And let me be real with you. It's a few Batman villains I'm like, huh? But Bane is something else. It's like, bro, how much more does Batman, just that name? I know it's different universes, different villains, different situations. But how much of that name he like has to go through? Like, bro, dude, I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw Batman Absolute, this was a while ago, his artwork, I wasn't a fan. I was like, that's why I think I'm kind of late to it. Like, no, I didn't shut it down. Like, I wasn't gonna read it. I just got busy, but I wasn't a fan at first. But then I'm like, no, don't, check it out. And I ain't gonna front though. I was impressed with how big the dude was. And I was sitting there like, oh, they want to make him this dominant figure, big. You ain't messing with me. I'm taking all you out. I'm taking numbers and your next generation numbers. I thought it was going to be something like that. Then I actually start reading it. Like I said, late, but I still start looking at it. This brother needs to be that big, bro. Do you see the villain? I'm not even going to get to Bane yet. Do you see who he has to deal with? What he deals with? Bro, dude. Then Bane shows up and it's time out, bro. Do you see how big this dude is? It really made, I was sitting there shocked, surprised, and also encouraged of how big Batman was, thinking that he was going to tower over people. Then Bane shows up. Time out. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's his size? And the thing was, I saw a picture of Bane a while ago before I actually started reading, so I had an idea, but the picture I saw had Batman in the picture, but not the way the comic is showing. It was a way where they was looking at each other. What was that? Let me see. It wasn't a picture like the one I saw now. It did have Bane looking like in a way down at Batman, but not in this way. It was more like Batman was like far. I don't know, it was like how the camera was a little different. It wasn't in the way where I see this comic. I'm like, are you serious? Bro, what is this? Dude, bro. And oh, wow. That had me shook. Reading that little passage, that little bit of Batman versus Bane. That had me shook because of what happens when they meet. Bro, And you know what? The reason I feel some type of way where I'm like, this brother gotta quit. Batman just has to quit. Like, let Superman, somebody else do it, bro. It's not worth it. Like, someone made a good comment. It was a comment on social media, and it fit perfectly. If you know, you know. He said, it looks like the writers for the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man comics came into the Absolute Universe. He could have said, a lot of people agree, he couldn't have said that any better. If you know, you know. Like, the Spider-Man dealt with a lot, too, in the comics, thanks to some writers for the Absolute, for the Amazing Spider-Man. That's another story. But, bro, it's like Batman can't catch a break. And I, not just a fan, but I have a soft spot for the Bat because of how much he deals with. Remember, he's not Superman. He's not Wonder Woman. He can't do it. He's a human being. Like, you know, it was one of my favorite Batman episodes in TV history. It's very small, but it meant a lot for me. It was the Justice League Unlimited. The finals episode, it was like the epilogue of the final of the show of the series. Had nothing to do with the Justice League, really. Not really. But it had Batman Beyond, a more mature Batman of Terry McGinnis. And I ain't gonna tell the story. It was I was gonna say at the very end, when they showed a mature Terry McGinnis ready to propose to his girlfriend, you see an old, very old Bruce Wayne. Seeing him like that hit a nerve. Always does every time I see it. He's not as grumpy, I was about to say grumpy old man. He ain't that grumpy, but he is like, you know, still Batman in a way with his attitude. But the way Terry McGinnis looks at him with appreciation, and it made me as a fan, and a lot of people felt the same way, it made you as a fan appreciate. It's like, this man is still kicking with all the crap he's went through. All the crap. And you see him just sitting on his chair, old. It's like his time is almost coming. You know it. It's like his time is almost there. But the way Terry McGinnis looked at him was the same way I looked at him. It was like, brother, you get to rest now. Because you know, if you know Batman, you know everything that brother's went through. And it's been a lot. Just that little scene always touches my heart, because if you know Batman and the villains this brother faced, he's already faced a Bane that broke his back multiple times in movies, TVs. Why is it this one now? What's going on? But when you know everything mentally, physically, everything this brother went through, you're like, bro, now this? And yes, it's a different universe. But for me, I'm just a Batman fan read, so I'm seeing all these different things he's dealing with, these different villains, these different roadblocks that I don't know how he's gonna get out of. And it's just like, bro. And that's what made me appreciate that episode, because he went through all the hell that Kevin Conroy Batman, and to sit there still alive, old in his final years or whatever how long he had, it just made you have appreciation for him. And the way Terry McGinnis looked at him too. And it was for another reason he looked at him. I'm not going to spoil it in case you didn't see it. But still, it was like, I looked at him the same way Terry looked at it. It was like, you have my respect. That brother is more than the Joker. It's a lot more than that. I mean, this brother had to face his own friend Superman, which we know Superman can kill him like that, and survived. Bro, like... And now we get into the Absolute Universe. When you think it can't get worse for Batman, with these villains, you see this Bane. It's like, are you serious? Bro. Then they have my man here. I'm talking about Bane. They have homie outsmarting Batman combat-wise, taking out all his... oh, bro, he was basically like taunting Batman. Batman immobilized his arm. The other arm, and then he's like, "You got legs, go ahead." And it made Batman say "F you" right to his face and try to kick him. Bane stopped his legs. It was like Bane knows his weak spots. Now, granted, in other comics there was, depending on which comic you read, Bane was a good fighter, but not. I don't think I've ever seen it in this kind of way. Where he's like, I'm not even going to sit there and break you down. Well, in a way he did. I'm going to sit here and hit your weak spots and make Batman not be able to move. Right? So Batman is in a tough situation. Then, let me go back. Let's also mention, as big as Bane is, he got that big cannon on his side. That gun of his. It's like, what you need that for? Like, he ain't got all the guns on him. And he got the nerve to have that cannon just sit there. Like, you just showing off at this point. At this point, you just showing off. You do not need that cannon, but you just got to sit in there. But then when Batman is sitting there, basically he's dead. Let me just be real. It's like the writers got to get him out of this situation. This is I know there's people who don't like Batman, and there's people that do like Batman, but not as much as I do. They say he has the biggest plot armor ever. I see their point, but this one's definitely going to be one because ain't no way you killing him off. I mean, obviously not. I mean, you know the story. Obviously not. I'm just about this situation. Then, while Batman is sitting there, can't move his arms, can't move his legs. Batman has the nerve. And, I give you respect, Batman, for standing 2 toes down. But there has to be a point you got to be quiet. Because Batman then says he's juiced up. Which, in a way, I understand why he said. Because if you see Bane, he's like, okay, he has the venom in him. If he's that big, Batman's already a big dude in this universe. So Bane must be juiced up. But he just had to say it. Let us, the reader, say that. Not you. Not while you're in a life and death situation and you're looking right at your death right in the face. You're juiced up. Because Bane, we already solidified in this absolute universe. He likes to show off with that big old cannon on him. But that big old gun. But, sorry, I'm sweating here. Batman says, you're juiced up. Bane goes, juiced up? No, Batman, chill out. Let me show you what it looks like. And this brother turned it on, and I'm not going to front. The artist, whoever did this image, needs a raise. I'm a look for the picture. I have to find this one. I'm a find it, and I'm going to put it right here. There's this image Batman gives when Bane gets venom, like puts all juiced up. It was perfect. It was one picture, and that's the same look I had. That's bro. I even mad at you, Batman. I'm not even mad at you. The Dark Knight, man, he goes around without fear and stuff like that. I ain't say he was scared, but I ain't gonna front. That look was of, I'm dead. He's dead. It's like, what movie was that? I think it was the old Tarzan movie, the Disney cartoon one from the 90s. And so what's happening was like one of the monkeys was like, he's dead. That's exactly that look was. Batman sitting there. I'm dead. This brother becomes double or if not triple the size he already is. And he was already huge. No, I quit. I'm like, Bane, you want Gotham? Take it. Can I go? Like, come on, man. Can I leave? Dude, and he grabs Batman. Batman looks like a little toy, a little action figure. Bane's like this. Mind you, like I said, Batman is huge in this comic. Bane grabs him. He looks like a little action figure. That, bro, oh my goodness, dude. That had me shook. I'm interested in looking at more. Bro, that had me shook. I'm glad I didn't shut down this comic either because, like I said, at first I had my doubts. But I was like, I always like to give Batman a chance. So whenever it's Batman, I like to give it a chance, and I'm glad. And some I'm down to read, and some I'm not. Sorry for all the sweat, y'all. I should have turned the air on before I started talking. But, bro, I'm so glad I'm reading this because I am intrigued. This universe is really good. The Wonder Woman story and the Superman one's good as well. Like, I'm a Batman fan first, but I'm enjoying the trinity of this absolute stuff. So far, I haven't looked at everything yet. So though, if I missed some things, trust me, I'm getting to it. I got into this late, but bro, I had to say something. I want to say something about some other ones, but that Bane one had me shook. The other stuff didn't have me shook. It had me like, wow, dang, what the heck? What the heck? It was a lot of what the heck moments, but this Bane one had me shook. It was like I was there. I don't know why. I had this feeling when I read this comic and I was reading that one scene. I don't know why I felt like I was Batman there when Bane got juiced up and that's exact, bro. Whoo! I had to share that. If you read it, let me know how you feel about it. If you didn't, go check it out. Yeah, I'm invested now. Well, I've been invested a little bit. Like I said, this Bane one had me shook. I'm glad I got to it. Like I said, I got to it late, but I got it right on time and for me. So let me know what you think. Oh my goodness. I'll see y'all later.